We'll get this thing started in just a second. Per usual, I like to share the feed, so let me share. What's up, man? We'll get rolling in a sec. What's up, Matt? We're gonna get this thing cranking in just a second. Hang tight. I just got to bring up all the streams. All right. We're on this. One sec. Let's go. Evenings. Here we go. This thing's up. Thank you so much for joining Spazzing Out, America's podcast, brought to you by Regeneron. That's right. This podcast is brought to you by we gotta get some fucking Regeneron, baby, and get fired up. Let's go. I'm all fired up for some Regeneron. You see the president's video? He's like, pa, pa, pa. Apparently, President Trump has taken a miracle drug. It's called Regeneron, and he's going to get it to everybody that's got COVID, and it's going to be free. It's going to be free for everybody. Podcast brought to you by Regeneron. The president just put out a video talking about Regeneron, which is a medication or a steroid that he just took, and he said he's feeling wonderful. He feels 20 years younger, and he wants to make sure that every American that's suffering from COVID-19 can get Regeneron. Of course, Regeneron stocks are through the roof, sky high. I'm sure there'll be some kind of conspiracy theory that someone that Trump knows or in the Trump family that has a stake in Regeneron. But now after yelling, I need a drink of water. I gotta get my fucking Regeneron, kid. Hold on. I'm back. I should put Regeneron on the talk. Any chance he has stock? Right. See, someone's already asking any chance that Trump has stock. So here's what's going to happen. Everybody's going to be investigating whether or not Donald Trump has family members or anybody or a blind trust that is involved in Regeneron. Fact is, the guy took Regeneron and he feels better. And if the 74-year-old fat guy who is the target of COVID that's supposed to die from COVID gets Regeneron and he's rejuvenated, he's regenerated, he has been Regeneroned, well, get it to everybody else. Let's get that shit to Cam Newton. Let's get that shit to Stephon Gilmore. Fuck the guy in the practice squad. I don't care about him. See you later. Tough luck. Stephon Gilmore, let's get him Regeneron. Cam Newton, Regeneron. Let's get the Regeneron I want some Regeneron. Imagine what it does for you if you're not sick. If you're not sick and you get some Regeneron, you'd be like, yeah. You go up to your wife, you'd be like, babe, I just took some fucking Regeneron. Yeah. I love it. The guy's fired up. You have to watch this video. I retweeted it. President's outside, and he doubles down. He doubles down on China. So he does this whole 4-minute video on how great Regeneron is, and the guy looks good. 74 years old, COVID fucking victim, and he got this super drug that's got him all fired up. He's pumped up. He's got more energy than anybody else. And we got to get some. I want the American public to get some Regeneron. It even has a good fucking name. Regeneron. Literally, I'm ready to fuck. Give me some Regeneron. Sounds amazing. So the president is took Regeneron, and apparently he's doing well, and he's going to get it to all the American people for free. The military's going to distribute it. He wants everyone to get it for free. Working on the vaccines, but more importantly, he believes you'll feel better if you get some relief with Regeneron in their stocks. Apparently, Regeneron got rejuvenated because their stocks went pew sky high. So if you're someone that buys stocks, I hope you bought Regeneron before Trump went on and talked about Regeneron. Let's get it out. Let's get it. I'm telling you now. Let's get it to Cam. Let's get it to Stephon Gilmore and get the Patriots their guys back. If it can help, if this drug can help a 74-year-old man get fired up, get off his feet, and he has this deadly disease that is killing hundreds of thousands of people, and he's doing fine. I got something on my damn lip. And I don't dip, so it wasn't dip. It sounds like a wonder drug. I need some, please, do you have, who's got black market Regeneron? I want to try it out. I want to be rejuvenated. I want to get up and be fired up like President Trump. I'm 41 years old. I need it. I'm like, let's get the Regeneron. We're going to fucking, like He-Man. I have the power. I love it. Fired up, man. He's fired up. He's like, let's go. Love leadership like that. A guy who's got balls and a guy who's like, you know what? I'm not going to die. I'm going to live because I want to help the American people. I'm going to take some new drug and it works out fucking great and I'm getting it to everybody. That's phenomenal. You got a guy who has now suffered like you have suffered. He has COVID. He's dealing with, you deal with at home. And he says, hey, I shouldn't get special treatment. Everybody else should get what I got. I got the new special drug, and I want everybody else to get the new special drug so that they can feel as good as I feel. I love it. And I'm just as fired up as I'm watching the video. And then my favorite part of the video is Trump doubles down on China. And he ends the video about how he's going to help the American people get Regeneron, and they're going to get it for free, and they're going to feel fantastic, just like the president, with no heavy breathing, no, he wasn't dying, heavy breathing, nothing. And then he blames China. Flat out, he says, this is China's fault. We're coming after China. This is the China. This is the China disease, and it's their fault, and they're going to be held accountable. And I love that shit because I blame China for the Patriots' loss over the Chiefs. Pats should have beat the Chiefs. Pats gave us fucking, we lost. The coronavirus came from China. I blame China. Just like everybody blamed things on George W. Bush when George Bush was president. Not me, because I did really well under George W. Bush, made a lot of money. I was extremely happy. But everybody blamed everything on Bush. Now we're blaming everything on China. So Pats didn't win, blame China. You don't get fucking laid tonight? Blame China. You don't get Regeneron? Blame China. You think my podcast sucks? Blame China. Your TV's not working? Fucking China. China. Love it. Absolutely love it. But now, like, I just blew my voice out doing Regeneron. I need it. Maybe that'll help my voice. I don't know what Regeneron is. I think it's a steroid. I have no clue. Maybe Trump, the next video he does, maybe he'll rip his shirt off. No clue. But I love it. I love that he's doing well. I love that he's fired up. I love that he's going to get Regeneron to everybody for free. I hope I get some because I want to be just as fired up as the 74-year-old dude that's fat and overweight and eats McDonald's. I would love to be just as fired up as that guy when I'm his age. All right. This is Spazzing Out, America's podcast, brought to you by Regeneron. Right? Fucking Regeneron, man. We do the podcast 5 times a week. When we do it, we're on Facebook, we're on Twitter, we're on YouTube. If you're watching on Facebook, follow me on my page. Let everybody know. Tweet it. Not you. Well, you can't tweet it. Share it. Send it out. Twitter. Retweet this. Let everybody know we're here. Follow me. YouTube. Subscribe to my channel. Let everybody know you're here. Everybody that is listening right now on the app, whether you're in the car, whether you're at home, or Alexa, I appreciate it. 500 to 600 downloads a day. It's more like 550 to 600 downloads a day. And growing quickly. I appreciate it. What I need you to do is subscribe if you have not subscribed. Go to Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, go to Spotify. I don't care which one you go to. Go to one, subscribe. There's a whole bunch of other ones. You can go to my website, anthonypazziali.com. You'll go to that website and you say, fuck, Spaz's website sucks. It's an awful website. It's terrible. True, it is. There's a bunch of misspelled words. Looks like a retard made it because I am retarded. I can't even show my daughter how to draw the number 5 across, down, loop. Can't do it. My website looks like an idiot did it because I did it. But that's life until I get money and can pay someone. But the links work. Go there, click on one of the links, subscribe. You know what? Just go there to laugh. Go to my website and laugh. Sit there and go, this guy, he needs Regeneron. If my website got Regeneron, it'd be fucking baller. But we don't have that kind of money. When Regeneron comes free, then I'll stick some Regeneron into my damn website and maybe it'll look good. But for now, it does the job. You can actually click on the link and it will take you to somewhere where you can listen to the podcast. And as always, you can ask Alexa. You can say, hey, Alexa, play America's Podcast. Play Spazzing Out America's Podcast. She'll play it. I really wanted to get it. I really wanted it so that you guys could say, hey, Alexa, play that dipshit. And she would play it. It didn't work out. I asked her and she said, unfortunately, said something to the effect of, I don't understand that command or something stupid like that. But now you know how to get the podcast. So some changes. At least for 1 week, we're going to have a change to the podcast. And it's, please, it's going to be devastating for me. And it's going to suck for you guys. Monday, starting next week, I'm going to do it for 1 week because I want to appease my family. I'm going to do the podcast in the morning. So Monday, there will be no podcast Sunday. This coming Sunday, no podcast. We're still going to do it 5 times, but I'm going to do it Monday morning, Tuesday morning, Wednesday morning, Thursday morning, Friday morning. I'm going to try it out for 1 week and see how it works. My family is upset with me that I am spending time doing the podcast during family time. I'm doing the podcast usually at 6:30, 7 o'clock. I get home about 6, so I don't do anything with the family. So there is nothing. You are currently number 1 rated on my podcast. Thank you, Alex. I appreciate it for listening. Now, unfortunately, it's a distraction and pain in the ass for my family. Especially with homeschooling now, I have not good, can't watch them. So, Richard, what it'll be there to watch later. So you could go back. I know it sucks, bro. We're gonna try it, and if it sucks, then just pretend I went on vacation for a fucking week, and then we'll move it back. Happy wife, happy life, happy family. So no podcast Sunday. I will be doing it Monday morning. Early, fucking early, which sucks. I'll probably do it at 6 in the morning. Okay, if you can't be there, because it will be recorded. You can go to my Facebook. You can actually listen to it on one of the podcast platforms or something like that. I have to try it for a week because I promised my wife I would, because right now they're all upstairs and they're pissed that dad isn't upstairs and they're pissed that dad works all the time. Yes, when I went on vacation, I know, bro. Hear me out. I know everybody's upset by the news. Hear me out. Hear me out. I have to try. I have to do my best to make my family happy while I try to grow the podcast. The podcast, unfortunately, is a passion of mine. I love this podcast. I absolutely love doing it. I love being here with you guys 5 times a week. I'm not going away from it. I'm just going to do it for 1 week in the morning, see how it goes. I'm going to be miserable. I'm not going to want to do it. I'm not a morning person. I did morning radio for 16 years, and I wanted to eat a gun every single day because I didn't like waking up. I'm not a morning person, but for someone who's not a morning person, I am literally up every day about 4:45, 5 o'clock. So I'm going to try it. So Monday's podcast will happen Monday morning. If you're up, great. If you're not, you can listen to the podcast by going and watching the replay, or you can listen to the podcast in the car. We'll try it once. If it doesn't work out, bro, we'll go back. Did you ever say you unkind words about anything? Oh, thanks, Alex. I appreciate that. Even though I couldn't read it right. All right, so here. That's the update. We'll be here tomorrow. Tomorrow night, I'm going to be here doing the podcast. Monday, Sunday, no podcast. Monday morning podcast. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Next week in the morning, we're going to see how it goes. I'm sure my family will be happy. I will be pissed, and I'm sure my listeners who are used to seeing me at night will be pissed as well, but we will see. Like I said, most of you guys are listening on the app anyways. All right, time change. We got through that. Huge problem with, so I got home. Quick spilt milk for you guys. I get home. I ride the Peloton. I ride the Peloton every day when I get home. First thing I do when I get home, I get right into a pair of shorts. I hop on the Peloton. I do a 10, 15, 20, half hour, 45-minute, or an hour-long ride, depending on the time I get home. Last night I did a 10-minute ride. Tonight I did a 15-minute ride because I needed to get to do the podcast. So I go from there and I go to take a shower. I particularly save and put aside towels that are hard towels. I don't know how to describe them any other than that, than rough, not hot towel. It might be a towel that my son jerked off in. So we're not using those kind of hard towels. Trust me, bro. I found a towel over here the other day that was like, dude, the thing was stiff as a rock. My son's bed's behind me. And I was the one that got fucking accused. My wife's like, what the fuck is this? And she like threw it up against the wall. I thought the towel was gonna fucking break, dude. And it wasn't my towel. I was like, no, that ain't me. And my son, I didn't even know my son. It might be something else because I don't think my son's old enough for that yet. I mean, I'm sure he masturbates fine, but I don't know if he's old enough to make a towel stiff, man. Legit. So I just found it funny because I was like, that's not mine. And of course, Kaylee's like, yeah, it is. She goes, Nariam can't. And I'm like, I don't know if he can or if he can't. He's 12. He's going to be 13. Maybe he can. I don't know. I have no clue, but that's not my towel. I would admit it. I'd be like, yeah, that's mine. But I'm smart on that. That's a whole nother thing we're going to get into next on Spilt Milk, because I'm smart enough to hide the evidence. My kid's not. And we'll talk about that next. So anyways, I like, when I get out of the shower, I like a rough towel. Soft towels, I feel like a soft towel doesn't get the water off you. You don't dry enough. You know what I mean? And so whatever reason, there are no fucking hard, rough towels kicking around. So I had to use a soft one. And I dry inside, please. I dry inside the tub. I know we talked about this before, but please keep it in the tub. In the tub so the water doesn't go on the floor, so the tub doesn't fall through the floor. Now, if you don't think tubs, I should have took a fucking photo of it. If you don't think tubs fall through floors, I was working on a house today where the tub was in the basement. The tub fell through the floor into the basement. The tub was in the fucking basement. Tubs fall through floors. After years and years of water damage on joists, they eventually let go, and the tub, which weighs like 400 fucking pounds, falls through the floor. It can happen. So, anyways, I'm lamenting about the fact that when a towel can't be soft. That's it. That's what I'm bitching about. Towels can't be soft. You can't dry off with a fucking soft towel. Period. You ever do it and you're like, oh, you still feel soaking wet? But when you have a rough towel, you're like, yes, it gets all the water, it gets all the spots, everything. Towels need to be rough. You know what I'm talking about. And I'm just pissed that there isn't one in the house. I don't know where they went. Kaylee doesn't like soft towels. So I don't know what happened to my rough towels. They aggravate her because they're rough on her skin. My daughter doesn't fucking like them because my wife doesn't like them. And my son doesn't take fucking showers because he's 12 and you got to drag his ass into the damn shower. Like, you would think that you're waterboarding him to make him take a shower. Excuse me. Or a fucking bath. God forbid. God forbid. I showered, Dad. When? When's the last time you showered? Monday. Yeah, bro. It's fucking Sunday. It's Sunday. Get in the shower. But I don't know if you guys agree with me. You have to have rough towels. That's the way to go. All right. Anyways, speaking of, so we were talking about my son and about the hard towel, and my kid This is a tough thing for America. My kid can't pull a fast one, and I'm disappointed by him. I'm disappointed by it. My son cannot successfully pull a fast one on someone. Now, I don't want my son to pull fast ones on you. I don't want my son to fucking lie. I don't want my son to be sneaky. I don't want my son to do stupid shit. But the kid can't pull a fast one. He can't do it. And I feel like that everybody needs to know how to pull a fast one. Everyone. And it's just straight laziness. The kids of America are just straight up lazy. They're absolute lazy ass kids that they could care less about the art of trying to pull one over on your parents. The art of trying to sneak one by mom and dad. The skill that goes into fucking doing something sneaky and stupid. Shit, the fucking podcasting just stopped. Hold on, everybody. My God. We have got to get some real fucking equipment in this damn place. 1 second. Driving me fucking bonkers, man. Hold on. We'll be right back. And yet. All right, we're back. If you were listening on the podcast but not on the show, we got interrupted because we record on the. I've said this 5,000 times. You know why shit got fucked up. All right, so my son has no skill in. I don't want to say fucking people over. He has no skill in not getting caught, or no care of not getting caught. He'll text, bro. He'll text, and he won't get rid of it. If he's doing something sneaky. He'll text his buddy Danny and be like, yeah, where I don't know what would be sneaky as like a 12-year-old, right? Let's say, hey, we're going to go to the 7-Eleven and we're going to steal some Snickers. Or they had already done it and they'll be texting back and forth. You're like, hey, kid, you got the goods? I got the goods. These kids, they just leave the evidence all around. It's like, it's everywhere. Look, I'm doing the podcast right now. My son's ears must be ringing because he just fucking requested a microtransaction that he ain't getting. So, bro, bounce. Go do some fucking homework. It drives me crazy because I'm trying to teach my son how to be a man. And I don't want to teach my son to pull one over on people. I don't want to teach my son to be a scumbag. I don't want him to be a scumbag. I want him to tell the truth. But when an opportunity rises, right, where you have to fucking hide something from somebody, you got to at least know how to do it. You have to know how to do it, and you have to know how to do it good, and you have to be able to get away with it. And they can't. They'll go upstairs. He'll come up, lie to my face, and I'll believe him. Right? I'll say, okay, man, I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. I believe you. But then I will go downstairs to confirm my suspicion, and he won't do any effort of hiding whatever it is. It's like, for example, it's like, hey, did you and your boys, did you guys steal some liquor? Right? Well, they don't really steal. They're 12, right? But let's just say they did. You guys steal some liquor? Nah, we didn't, Dad. You didn't steal any liquor? Okay, guys, I believe you. And then I'll go downstairs, and there will be an empty bottle. That's how blatant and blazing, I was going to say. Like, it's straight up in your face. These kids can't even go out of their fucking way to fucking pull a fast one. When I was a kid, let me tell you something. With Stan Paziali, this dude had my ass grounded all the fucking time, and I was always getting out of the house. I would sneak out. I would go out. This is what my son would do. Here, I'll give you an example. Let's say I grounded my son. He'd sneak out the back door, but he'd walk through the front door, and I'd see him, and I would know that he was gone. He's not smart enough or like keen enough to say, all right, I'm going to sneak out the back door. Dad ain't going to know I'm gone. And then I'm going to come through the back. And I'm talking the basement door. My kid's bedroom is in the fucking basement. So I'm talking, you go out the basement door. You come back in the basement door. Dad, I would never know he was gone. I don't come downstairs to check on him. I just think he's down here making hard towels or he's fucking breathing in his own farts and playing video games. That's it. I don't mess with him. I would never know. He could be gone for 10 hours and I'd have no clue. Other than the fact that he would walk through the front door and I'd be like, what are you doing? You're grounded. You get what I'm saying? With me, my dad, my bedroom was in the 3rd floor. Bro, I'd hang out a window, right? Or I'd go through my brother Mike's window. So my brother Mike had the small room on the 2nd floor. I'd creep down the stairs. I'm telling you, I would creep. I wouldn't even walk down the stairs from the attic. I was up in the attic. I wouldn't even come down with heavy feet. I'd come down from the attic, step, real light, step by step. Like I'm talking fucking, I wanted to make sure there was no damn creaks. I'd open up the door nice and slow, and then I fucking get into Mike's room. My brother Mike would be in the room. I'd be like, bro, if you fucking say anything, I'm gonna kill you. Look at my brother Mike, like, what the fuck? And he'd be like, well, I want to come with you. Of course, I gotta take him. Now I gotta take the little shit, because if I don't fucking take him with me, he's gonna say something to my dad. Fine, you can come with me. Then I go out the window, and then where we'd be, right? We got the fucking window there. I'd hang from the window. Laugh would be there, fucking Newman would be there, Gary Layton would fucking be there, McElhenney would be there. All these dudes would be standing out on the corner of Highland Street, or they'd be up in the fucking tree as I'm dropping down. I'm dropping off the porch, and little Mike's fucking coming off the porch too. But then when we came home, I didn't go through the front door. I had to climb back up the porch. We had a little rose garden thing, right? I'd climb it up. Mike could climb up. We'd go back through the fucking window. My father would never know. Now, if he did know, he never said shit. Or maybe he respected the fact that I was good at being a sneak. Maybe he was like, hey, you know what? He put the effort in to sneaking out the window, and then he climbed back through the fucking window and didn't just walk by me and be like, hey, fuck you. I've been outside all day. Like, I'm telling you, if I had to walk through a carpet, all right, and because some carpets, the carpets we had little shag, you could see footsteps, bro. I'd be on my hands and knees getting rid of the foot marks. I'd be like, whoosh, 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 whoosh. You'd have no clue, none. You'd have no clue, no fucking clue. Kids, it's not there, and that's a skill. It is a skill. It's called thinking on your feet. It's on clicking on your feet. Plain and simple. Clicking on your feet. Thinking. It's called thinking on your feet. And kids, they don't have it. They don't have the quick. Bro, my father could fucking say something. I'd say it. And then he could go right down the street and he'd ask fucking John, and John would have the same answer. He'd go, hey, Anthony, where were you? I've been in there all day. He'd go right down the street. Hey, Laugh. You see my son? Nah, man, he's grounded. He's been all day long. Fucking boom, 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 boom. Bro, I can fucking pull your pants off and put them back on before you'd even know it. But the kids can't do it. They can't. My son can't do it, and it's fucking disappointing. And I try to explain it to him, too. I try to say to him, he's like, why are you so mad? I'm like, bud, you know why I'm mad? Right? This all stems from schoolwork. Right? He doesn't do a good enough job of just like fucking pretending enough. A lot of school is about pretending enough to give a shit so that parents don't get bothered and so that you get through, but he don't care enough. Like he could, I'll give you an example. He's behind on some of his assignments. If it were me, I'd just fucking pass him in undone, because what I do is the parent, I go in and I check his Google Class and I look at the assignments and it says missing, assigned, and done. I don't check the work to see if it's done. I just look and say, oh, great. He's got, they've all been sent in. Awesome. Or I'll look and be like, oh, you got 3 missing. And he'll say, I don't have any homework. It's all done. And then I'll look and I'll be like, bro, you got fucking 10 missing. If you're going to bullshit me, just send them in. I mean, I'll find out later because the teacher's going to say something, but what the fuck? Or whatever happened to copying someone's homework? You don't know what you're doing? FaceTime one of your stupid ass buddies and say, hey, bro, put your homework up on the screen. I'm going to copy it right now. I used to copy homework. Gavi balls was what we had different. This is what I would be in math, and I'd be copying Gavi balls English. I sucked at English, bro. Didn't matter. I couldn't spell. I don't even know. You know what? That's fucked up. I used to copy this dude's spelling papers because I was a terrible speller, but you could just fucking use the dictionary or something. That's just, do you remember you used to have like write out words fucking 1,000 times this? And dude, I used to learn spelling bees like for because you have like the weekly spelling class. I used to write them on the fucking desk real light. Not light enough that I could erase them with the palm of my hand, but like a lot bright enough so that I could see it. And if the teacher came over, I'd be fucking with my hand real quick, like. I tried being sneaky. I tried. It was a craft. I took pride in being able to pull a fast one on my parents. and the kids don't care. They don't do it. And that's a problem. It's a problem for me because they're not going to be able to think on their feet, and they're not going to be able to buy themselves time when they get older. They're going to be working for a job, and they're not going to be able to come up with the quick one so that they can get a couple extra hours to get their work done. Not that they should. They should just get their damn work done. Yeah, man, we were in, that's right, bro. I was in West Bridgewater today. Not in West Bridgewater, but I was in Hanover. But sure, you get what I'm saying? So it's disappointing. America, you need to teach your kids how to think on their feet. You need to teach your kids to be sneaky. I mean, I'm not saying they need to screw people over, but it's a damn shame because they don't tell you that. Here, let me be more clear. I would rather my son just tell me the truth and be honest with me. But if he's not going to be, I want effort in the lie. I want some effort in the lie. I would be more lenient with great effort. I would be more lenient with great technique and skill and pulling one on me. I'd be proud. I'd be like, shit, he got me. He got me. He snuffed me out. He beat me. It's a fucking chess match between dad and son. And when the son beats dad, dad's proud. Dad's like, damn it, he got me. Of course, you'll still punish him. Maybe a little bit lighter. You'll explain to him why what he did was wrong. But deep down inside, you'll be like, damn, he did good. He was fucking great, man. He pulled a good one on me. That little shit. You'll say it. That little shit got me. He fucking got me. And I want that. I want that. I want to sit back. I want to cross my arms. I want to look at him and be like, you fucking got me. You fucking got me. I want to be upstairs, right? In the kitchen and sitting there just looking out the fucking window. And I want Kaylee walk in. She'll be like, what's the matter? And I just holding my hand over my chin, just going, you got me. You fucking got me. And a smile on my face, the proud smile, like, yes, he's a fucking man. He got me. But you ain't going to see that with this generation. They don't care enough. They'll lie, and they don't care enough to cover it up. It's a shame. It's too bad. All right. What else do we got on tap? We already talked briefly about Stephon Gilmore. We all know it. Stephon Gilmore has COVID. Here's my suggestion for the NFL. We'll cover this quickly, and then we'll move on, because yesterday we did a bunch of sports talk, and fucking everybody was pissed at me that I did sports talk because, I don't know, you guys want political talk, so I'll give you political talk. But I have to talk about this because I have an idea. I think the NFL should I want the NFL to reboot. Here's my suggestion to the NFL. Take 2 weeks off right this moment. Put the league on hold. Take 2 weeks off. No games for the next 2 weeks. This weekend, next weekend. Take all the players, go NBA style bubble, but in their hometown. There's not enough football fields in a confined area like that. I mean, unless you're going to play at a high school fucking field. There's not enough football fields close enough. Unless, you know what, you probably could do it in a college town and play the games at the college on a college field. But my thought is this: 2 weeks off, test everybody. Anybody that has COVID has to leave the bubble until they don't. Everybody that is cleared, they get inside the bubble. They do NBA style bubbles in Boston, in LA, in, Nevada, wherever the team is. And the players, unfortunately, don't leave the bubble. That's it. It's tough shit. Get away from your families. Get away from going out. Just like the NBA, your food will be brought to you. You can't leave the campus. You stay here. You don't get sick. No one gets sick. And I don't want to hear any whining. I don't want to hear any bitching. Why? Because you guys make millions of dollars, and I don't care. Like, what was it? Howard, the center from the LA Lakers, whining and moaning. Oh, the bubble, it's so tough. We've been here for like 3 months. I can't leave the bubble. I don't think I do it. Bro, go. When you leave the bubble, here, I want to tell you, you know what, Howard, if you're listening, if you're fucking listening, bro, when you leave the bubble after you win the championship this year, you're still gonna have $100 million. Right? When you leave the bubble, my life's still going to suck. And I don't live in the bubble. I live in the real world. I go to work every day where who the fuck knows what people fuck COVID, man. There's people got fucking meningitis. They got fucking AIDS. They got kungamungus. I don't know what the fuck they got. They got all sorts of shit. I go in houses, I clean out crap. I make nothing. If I made $100 million, you could stick me in a goddamn bubble for fucking 10 years. And I'd come out and I'd be like, they'd be like, man, how do you feel? I feel exuberant. They're like, why are you so happy? Because I just spent 10 years in a bubble and now I got $100 million fucking dollars. I just took Regeneron. I'm fucking pumped. I can't deal with whiny ass, bitch ass rich people bitching that they're stuck in a bubble. I don't care if it sucks. It sucks. This is what he said. All right, well, hold on. The NFL, right? Let me tie up the NFL. We'll get back to this. NFL needs to do a bubble style thing like the NBA to make sure nobody else gets COVID. They need to take each one of their teams and put them in their own little individual bubbles. They could still play the games at the stadiums, but the players stay on campus. Like, for example, if we use Gillette Stadium, the players have to stay there at the hotel there. They can never leave the fucking grounds, period. They go nowhere. They go from there to the airport, to the next fucking stadium, back, and that's where they live. And they live there for the next 6 months. And if they don't fucking like it, they don't have to make millions of dollars. If you don't like it, go the fuck home. Plain and simple. If you don't want to make millions, then you don't have to stay in the bubble. Back to the NBA. I don't want to hear whiny athletes that make a shit ton of money bitch about how tough bubble life is. Bubble life is so tough. They bring us our meals. It's so tough. Bro, I fight for my meal every day. You got someone serving you meals. These dudes are coming. You're calling the guy. You're like, bro, what do we got on tap tonight? They got everything you want. I got to fight for my fucking meal. Every day I'm fighting for my meal. That's tough. Put me in a bubble. Please, for the love of God, put me in a bubble where someone serves me 3 meals a fucking day. It's a prison. Put me in prison. 3 meals a day? And I don't have to go anywhere? I don't have to fucking do shit? Awesome. But it's you don't understand. I don't fucking see my kids. I don't see my fucking wife. Two things that don't sound too bad to me. Wait, so you want to see kids, you have to see your fucking wife, you get fucking 3 meals, you get 3 meals a day, and all you got to do is play basketball for 4 or 5 months, and then when you get out, you're still a millionaire? When you're done, you still got millions? And you're going to, life is tough? You're going to life tough with me? Are you kidding? You guys don't relate. That's a problem. You guys don't fucking relate. It so pisses me off how ignorant and unrelatable you guys are bitching about being stuck somewhere that sucks. You want to know what sucks? You want to know what I did today? I'm working at a house in Hanover, and there was a fucking bedroom that had human bags of shit in it. Human bags. A guy was shitting in a bucket because his water pipes don't work, because his tub fell through the goddamn fucking floor. Shit. Real shit. Not like one bag. Bags. Many. Multiple. Mass bags of shit. Mass. That means more. More bags of shit than you can fucking believe. And for what? What am I making? A couple fucking bucks? 100, 200, 300 bucks? 400 bucks? That's fucking great. Oh, bro, it's fucking miserable. That's miserable. That's miserable. Now, let me tell you something. You could put me in a house like that with hundreds of bags of shit for 6 months. You could come and say, hey, Anthony, listen, we're going to stick you in a house with hundreds of bags of shit, and you got to stay there for 6 months. But when you get out, you're going to have $10 million. And I said, wait a second. I'd be done at $10 million. You could keep adding. You could fucking add whatever you want after that. You could say, you could keep going. What about this? Well, I'd be like, yeah, you said 10 million, right? And all I got to do is stay here for 6 months? 10 mil? Right? Let me get this straight. I'm going to get $10 million if I stay here in this one place, but this room's got 10 bags of shit. The other room's got 50 fucking rats. At this room over here, there's a dead fucking body. And then this room over here, there's, I don't know. You name it. Alligators, sharks, pigs. I don't give a shit. And that's it. That's all I got to do. And you'll bring me food, right? You'll feed me? Yeah, we'll bring you breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Great. And can I go outside? Yeah, you can walk around the yard, but you can't leave the yard. And it's a new reality show called Life is Really Fucking Tough. I'm going to give you $10 million for sitting in a bubble. We don't think you can make it. You're not going to make it in the bubble for the amount of money. I can't handle them. If I wish I was a reporter. Hey, this is something. So I never did this. When I worked for Greg Hill interviews, I never, ever ever, 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 hardly ever. I mean, I did a few times, but I hardly ever asked questions or got into confrontations with guests because it wasn't my place, not my show, Greg's name. Out of respect for Greg, I stay out of it because I personally didn't think, I always thought I was like, hey, look, people are listening to the show when a guest comes on because they want to hear what the guest has to say. So I don't like to talk over the guest. And they'd like to hear Greg ask questions for the guests that they thought were important. And there have been so many times where I wanted to just say to the guest, what the fuck are you talking about? If I had guests on this program, and I will someday, and this guy like got into a thing about, oh, I'm a millionaire and living in the bubble is tough, I would fucking call him out right to his face. I'm like, yo, shut the fuck up. I don't care if you ever come on my show again. I would straight up say, wait a second, bro. This is fucking America's podcast. We got working class men that put their boots on every day, work their ass off in pig shit and human shit, all types of shit. We got soldiers that are stuck in Afghanistan for 6 months that don't see their family, that might not even communicate with someone. Then we got fucking war prisoners of war. They don't come home with fucking $10 million. And you're going to bitch, I would light the motherfucker up. I would light him up, and I could care less if he ever came back on or if the NBA ever let a fucking player do an interview on my fucking program ever again. I would let him have it. Sometimes I wish I were these dudes' dad. Because no one's got the commissioner. By the way, dude, the commissioner of the fucking NBA, please tell me that if you put a SWAT sticker on that guy, you wouldn't think, right, that he looks like one of the fucking German, like a German. Jesus, I hope the guy's not Jewish. Is he fucking Jewish? Because it's just the way he looks. That's all. I'm just saying the way he looks is like an evil fucking, he would have been one of Hitler's henchmen. But if the guy's Jewish, I don't know if he's Jewish or not. So if he is, I take that all fucking back. I don't want to be canceled. Shit. Someone confirm or deny that for me. I'll apologize right now. I just think the guy looks like he had this little NBA pin on the other day. Wow, I'm really fucking digging myself a hole. I'm just going to get back to fucking bitching at rich people. I just wish I were their dad. So let's say I was an NBA player's dad that was in the bubble and he was whining and he was bitching. And I'd really just give it to him. I'd say, hey, listen, just let me tell you something. Stop fucking bitching. You make millions of dollars. There are hard-working American people that will never make the same amount of money that you make for one game. And he'll say, the kid will say, or he'll say to me, but Dad, I worked so hard. Yes, you did. 100%. You worked harder than anybody else. You're better than anybody else. You get out there, you do 10,000 free throws a day. 100% you deserve all the money in the world. But the American people, the people that watch you, they work for a living. And they are offended by the fact that you could just bitch about sitting in a bubble while they work. They're offended at how you could make millions of dollars playing a sport while they work. Let me make this clear to you, son. They put on boots and they put themselves in danger. They go and they work on fucking high rises where they could fall to their death. They go in trenches and they dig trenches. They load trucks. They're garbage men. They're police officers. They work for a living and they don't make much money. They make shit for a living. They fucking work in shit, they make shit, and they eat shit. This is what they do. And the last thing they want to hear is from some rich, whiny fucking bitch who is stuck in a bubble complain about how hard life is. Because when you get out, you will still be rich and they will still be a fucking bum. When you get out of the bubble, COVID will still be here. Your life will be good because you have millions. Their life will suck because they don't have millions, because their business is fucking shutting down, because they can't open their business. That's tough. That's fucking, I'll listen to a small business guy bitch say, hey man, that sucks. Yep, you're getting fucked. You have no money. Life sucks. Terrible. I won't listen to some whiny, bratty, fucking NBA cunt bag bitch about how tough it is living in the bubble because you got money. Drives me nuts. All right. What else do we got? You know what? I think we'll save this shit for I really want to Man. All right, real quick. We'll do this one, and I'll save Thanksgiving and Santa for it's fucking. I've been telling my kids Santa's not coming because he's got COVID. I call him COVID Claus. My daughter's pissed. We'll talk about it tomorrow. I'm like, Christmas is canceled, and I love it, bro. I love Christmas, but I hate spending money. So I'm like, yeah, Santa's got fucking COVID. He ain't coming. He can't come. We might get the virus. All right, we'll talk about Santa and Thanksgiving tomorrow. What's the guy's fucking name? Derek Chauvin. Is it Derek Chauvin? The cop from Minnesota. I think his name's Derek Chauvin. At any rate, I want to get this out just so you know that I'm on top of the news. Yeah, Derek Chauvin, the guy who actually had his knee on George Floyd's throat, got out of prison today on bail. He posted bail for $1 million. It's not a cash thing. You know, I honestly don't know how it works, but he didn't come up with $1 million. It was a bond. I want to say this and move on from it because I'm sick and tired of the riots and the looting. That it's not protesting, it's rioting and looting, and there's no fucking law and order anywhere. I am someone that 100% believes in you have the right to be you are innocent until proven guilty. 100%. In this country, it's one of the great rights that we receive is we receive the right of innocence. You need to prove that I did something wrong. So I still believe that, although I'm going to say this to contradict myself, because sometimes there must have to be exceptions or something. I think letting this guy out of prison was stupid. I know that they had the bail set really high because they probably never expected him to post bond. The cities are going to burn tonight. There will be mass looting. Oh, there we go. Mass. There's going to be mass looting. There will be looting. There will be rioting. The fucking people will be all upset about this because he's going to be out of prison until March. He doesn't go to court until March. Please understand. I honestly, I wish they could have kept the guy in there so that they didn't get people all pissed off. But understand that in this country, this is what's great about the country. Just for a second, fucking chill and breathe and don't think about what the crime was. Don't think about, I know we all saw the video. Don't think about that shit. What you need to think about are the people that are actually innocent. There are hundreds of thousands of millions of people that are actually innocent. And that is what the system is set up to protect the innocent. We are innocent until proven guilty because there are more innocents than there are guilties. Now, I think the guy fucking did it. We all think he abused his power. We all believe that he went too far on this one. Now, I know there's the other side that there are people that are like, the guy was a scumbag, he was a douchebag, he was a loser, meaning George Floyd. Listen, I don't care what type of background the guy had. In my opinion, when you have any assailant and he's cuffed, that's it. Once you're cuffed, he can't be much of a danger. Now, if he's not cuffed and he's reaching for a gun and you gun the gun down, like, I'm not going to get into the semantics of it. I'm just going to say this. I think it's pretty clear that the guy was subdued. We can move on from that point. I'm just trying to clear the air of, yes, sometimes scumbags or people that have done a crime are going to get out on bail, for sure. But the reason that we do it is so that when you get arrested and you're really innocent, you get afforded the same right. So when you get busted for something, you are innocent and they have to prove that you are guilty. That's what makes great about this country. Now, I got how the country works. Now I'm going to get to how I really feel. And no fucking way they should have let the guy out. It's fucking stupid because the country's going to be up in an uproar. I don't give a fuck if the guy did it or if he didn't do it. What I care about is police officers are now going to get their lives put in danger tonight. That's what's going to happen. Cops are going to get their lives put in danger because there's going to be rioting, there's going to be looting, and buildings are going to burn. So you're going to put firefighters in danger. You're going to put innocent fucking people in danger. They get hurt by these scumbag looting assholes, and the scumbag looting assholes are going to get hurt. So to quiet the riot, so for a quiet riot, you shouldn't have let the guy out and just fucking let him sit there. Tough shit. Just that's the one. You got to take the hit on this one. You just let him fucking sit there and say, hey, you go to him and you say, look, you plead with his attorney. Look, we're going to leave him here because if we let him out, the city's going to burn again. We just got over this shit. We're just about to squall it all. We're just about to move on. And now you've just took the fire was just reignited. You drop some more fucking wood on the flame. And all you're doing is getting everybody pissed off again. And what a surprise. What a fucking surprise that it happens just weeks before the election. That's my conspiracy theory. My conspiracy theory is that he is released now so that the riots continue, so that the riots get even worse, so that because when the riots get worse, Joe Biden comes out and is like, look what Donald Trump's doing. And everybody follows along. So bad move. All right, that's it. I'm done. I'm out. Thank you so much for listening to America's Podcast. Listen, remember, starting next week, at least for 1 week only, I'm going to try to do the podcast in the morning. My family and I would like to spend some time together. And at night, I work all day. I come home. I don't have much time for my daughter. I don't have much time for my wife. So we're going to do the podcast at 6 a.m, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday of next week. I will be here tomorrow night. All right. Thank you for listening to America's Podcast. Spazzing out, America's Podcast. And get yourself some Regeneron. All right, guys. Good night. Good stuff tonight. Peace out. We'll get this thing started in just a second. Per usual, I like to share the feed, so let me share.